Hi, so welcome back to our September challenge. So today we're going to do an energizing flow. So we're going to start with our breath of joy, which is a three-part breathing exercise. So you breathe in three goes, coming halfway or a third, but without taking an exhale in between. And then the arms come up, out, up to the sky, and then as you fold forward, you exhale, reach the arms back behind you. So we'll give it a go. So legs or feet hip distance or a little bit wider, soft through the knees. And then we'll start. So we'll do one more. And then lift all the way back up. So you should feel a little bit energized. And then keeping the feet hip distance, take the arms out to the sides, up above the head, and then taking the right wrist onto the left hand, lengthen through that left side of the body, and side stretch over to the right, pressing down through the feet. Lifting back to center, switching sides, so left hand onto the right wrist, lengthening, and then side stretch over to the other side. Lifting back to center, and then taking the hands onto the thighs, just bending the knees and arch through the spine. So it's a sort of a version of cow pose, opening the chest. And then as you exhale, rounding out the back. So inhale, opening the spine, opening the chest. Exhale, rounding. One more, inhaling and exhaling. And then coming back, arching through the back, pressing through the feet, lifting the arms all the way up above the head. And then exhale, take a forward fold. Take the hands down to the mat and step the feet back behind you into a downward dog. So feet are hip distance, hips extending up towards the sky, or sitting bones up towards the sky, drawing the hips back, lengthening through the spine. Coming high up onto the tiptoes, rippling forwards into plank, dropping the knees and tucking the toes, coming all the way down onto the belly. Inhale, lifting up, cobra. Exhale, taking it back, downward dog. From downward dog, keep the left foot down and sweep the right leg up to the sky. Just rotate the ankles one way and then the other. And then bend that right knee so the heel comes towards the bottom. Open the right knee out to the side, shoulders facing forwards. Maybe taking the gaze onto the right arm. And then bringing the hips back to center. Come high up onto the back toes as you bring the right knee into the chest. And step the right foot up towards the right thumb. Reach the arms up to the sky, high lunge. And then open out to the side of the mat into goddess. Take the hands down onto the tops of the thighs and then drop the left shoulder forwards. Gazing over the right shoulder And then switching to the other side. So right shoulder comes forwards, knees tracking over the toes, and then lifting back to center, keeping a bend in the front knee, and just extend that left leg. Place the right forearm onto the right thigh and sweep the left arm down to the mat. Reach it out towards the top of the mat, extending, spinning the heart towards the sky, and then pressing through the feet. Come all the way up to warrior two. Windmill the arms either side of the front foot and step back into your downward dog. So pedaling out the feet, just shaking the head, the yes and no. And then keeping the right foot down on the mat, left leg sweeps up to the sky, rotate the left ankle one way and then the other. And then bend the left knee, open the hip out to the side, left knee out to the side, almost draping the left foot over the back. And then come back to center, bringing the left knee into the chest, coming high up onto the back toes, and stepping the left foot up towards the left thumb. Arms reach up to the sky, high lunge. And then open out to goddess on the other side. So make a cactus shape with the arms, joining the thumb and the first finger. And then lifting the left heel away from the mat and release. Right and release. Again, alternating. And then maybe lifting both and lower. And then take the left forearm onto the left thigh, extend that right leg, sweep the right arm down to the mat, extending it out in front, spinning the heart to the sky, lengthening through the whole of that right side from the fingertips down to the edge of the back foot. And then press through the feet, come back to your warrior two. Windmill the arms either side of the front foot, stepping back into downward dog. From downward dog, come high up onto the tiptoes, ripple forwards into plank, either dropping knees and onto the belly or taking a chaturanga. Inhaling to up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Taking a few breaths in downward dog. And then coming high up onto tiptoes, bending the knees, look to the hands, take a little hop to the top of the mat. Hands to shins, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. And then bend the knees, sink the hips towards the mat. Reach the arms out in front, coming into a chair pose. Breathing in and out. And then bring the hands to the heart center. Take the twist over to the left, gazing over the right shoulder. Coming back to center. Take it over to the other side. Coming back to center and then pressing through the feet, lifting all the way back up to standing. So heel toe the feet out to about hip width. Hands at the heart center and then bending the knees so you lower down, coming down into a squat. So elbows to the inside of the legs, lengthening through the spine. Option to release the left hand down, extend the right arm up to the sky, opening across the chest. Bringing the hands back to center. This time right hand comes down, left arm up to the sky. Coming back to center. So either staying in the squat just for a little bit longer, or option to come into a crow pose. So you can take the hands down to the mat, lift the hips, come high up onto the tiptoes, place the knees to the backs of the arms, up high towards the armpits, and then take the weight forwards, maybe lifting one leg and then the other if you're just practicing, or lifting both legs. Keep looking forwards rather than down. And then everyone either stepping back into plank or jumping back into your plank. Lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra or upward dog. Exhale, everyone meet in downward dog. So just taking a few breaths in and out with the nose, through the nose. And then keep the left foot down on the mat. Sweep the right leg up to the sky. Again, bending at the knee, opening the knee out to the side. And you can stay here, or you can drape that foot all the way over, coming into wild thing. So lifting the chest, coming onto the toes of the right foot, right arm reaches back behind you. And then coming down to a plank position. From plank, lower knees down to the belly, or taking a chaturanga, inhaling, coming up to upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Coming back to the breath. This time right foot stays where it is, left leg sweeps up to the sky, bending at the knee, opening the knee out to the side, and then maybe letting that foot drop all the way down, spinning onto the right toe, so right toes face away from you, left arm reaches back, breathing in and out, and then coming back, everyone coming down into plank. Lower knees and onto the belly, or taking that chaturanga, inhaling, lifting up to cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Taking a few breaths. And then bring the shoulders forwards into plank. And slowly, 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 slowly as you can, dropping all the way down onto the belly. So extend the arms out in front, palms facing towards each other, legs are hip distance, thumbs pointing up towards the sky, arms are shoulder width. And then on an inhale, lift the left arm and the right leg and release. This time right arm and left leg and release. And just alternate between the two, so lifting and lowering opposite arms and legs. And then this time lifting both arms, both legs, and then staying here, or option to bend the knees, take the arms behind, maybe finding the feet or the ankles, pressing the feet away from the hands, flexing the feet, coming into a bow pose. So squeezing the glutes, lifting the chest, trying to draw the legs towards each other, inhaling, and then exhaling, releasing all the way down. Release the feet down to the mat. Make a pillow with the hands. Release the forehead on top. And then bring the big toes together. Let the ankles drop out to the sides. And just give the hips a little bit of a shake. Release the tops of the feet back down to the mat. Take the hands either side of the chest, press through the hands, lift up to all fours, and then cross the legs, roll over the ankles, and extend the legs out in front. So, bend the knees, feet to hip distance, and then lift the shins so they're parallel with the mat, coming into boat pose. Shoulders drawing down, keeping the hands as they are, or releasing the hands, or maybe taking the big toes with the first two fingers and the thumb, and then straightening the legs, drawing the toes towards you. Release the toes, keep the legs lifted, and then slowly, slowly, slowly lowering the legs all the way down to the mat. Bend the knees, scoot the hips up towards the ankles, and then come to lie all the way down on the back. The knees can just come into the chest, giving yourself a hug, little rock from side to side. And then release the feet back down to the mat. So feet to hip distance, knees pointing up towards the sky, pressing down through the feet, pressing the palms down towards the mat. And then tilting the pelvis, squeezing the glutes, lifting the hips, coming up to a bridge pose. And again, option to lift the heels, one heel and then the other, a few times, and then maybe lifting both, holding. Slowly lower the heels, lower the hips, come all the way back down, and just let the knees drop from side to side. Bringing the knees back to center. If they've drifted, just draw the heels back a little bit. And then press down through the feet, tilt the pelvis, lift the hips. And then rolling the shoulders underneath the back, interlacing the fingers, coming a little bit higher. Squeezing the glutes. And then release the hands, slowly rolling all the way back down. So bring the knees into the chest this time. Take a little rock from side to side. And then extend the legs, wrapping the right thigh over the left, maybe double binding. Arms extend out to the sides, and then drop both knees over to the left. Gaze can go over to the right. Lifting the head back to center, using the core muscles to bring the knees back to center, unravel the legs, and then recross them the other way, so left thigh on top of the right. Single cross or double cross with the legs, and then drop both knees over to the right. Gaze goes over to the left. Breathing in and out through the nose. And then bringing the knees back to center. Unravel the legs. And just roll yourself up to seated. Crossing the legs at the top of the mat, taking the shoulders up to the ears. Release them back down. And then take the arms wide. Reach them up above the head, joining the hands together. Exhaling, bringing the hands to the heart center. Just letting the belly rise and fall. And then take the thumbs up to the space between the eyebrows, inhaling, exhaling, folding forwards. Thank you very much. Well done. So I hope you feel energized after that one. Thank you.